host and founder of the Psychic News Network. I'm noticing you're in the chat. You're talking about bad weather. Well, you know, we might as well get used to it. That's the kind of the times that we're in. Where I am, it's kind of dark and gloomy and ominous weather-wise. But, yippee, here we are, yippee! But yippee, here we are. Right? We make the best of it. I hope that you're safe. I know there's some big thunderstorms rolling through. I'm just getting set up here. I don't know, I feel like I'm all organized, and then 7 o'clock rolls around. Suddenly I'm disorganized. We're getting there. So let me know how you are, how your weekend was. I did a couple videos. One, as usual, Church of Spirituality yesterday at 1. And the other one was by the seashore at the beach. So I hope you got that. And we have... You know, I don't know how much we can listen to the news about Trump. I guess you could tune out completely, but that's not the business that we're in here. What if everything goes right? The shirt's in the other room. I should really get that on a bumper sticker or a button. What if everything goes right? I love it. The gag order that I'm predicting, we're going to take a look at that. I am pretty amazed at how, maybe I'm not amazed, how the fascist Republicans and everyone who's in the cult is talking about this indictment that happened last week, the 45-page indictment. I don't think the 45 is by coincidence. Anyway, the 45-page indictment, which admittedly, I haven't read the whole thing yet. I got started on it, but I am going to read the whole thing. By the next time I see you, I will have read it. Anyway, it was very clear in that indictment by Jack Smith that this is not about the First Amendment. Hello, Sarah. This is not about the First Amendment. This is about inciting a violent, riot, and also trying to overturn the government. Not a good idea. Not a good idea. Trump, you should have thought about it. I do think he has an intense saboteur going on. Anyhow, I have my tea. I have my cards. I was going to grab the deck. Hang on. Talk amongst yourselves. There's a deck in the other room I want to use. Alrighty. Tonight we're going to use the Hoods. It's H-U-D-E-S. Kind of matches. Maybe that's why. We're going to take a look at where Trump is at. I hate to start with that, but I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to be a little bit more specific. I'm going to ask, is Trump in a space of thinking he can really win this thing? You were at Santa's Village yesterday in New Hampshire? Really? It's amazing that you were up there. Santa's Village in North Conway, New Hampshire, up in the mountains. Gosh, it's been there forever. How about the Witch's Tarot for Donald? Okay, since you suggested it, I'll switch to the other deck in a little minute. So, what I'm asking is, does DJT, I'm just going to call him that, I'm so sick of his name. Is he feeling like he's going to end up victorious with all these indictments and everything? That's what I'm going to ask. Is he feeling like he's going to end up victorious? I mean, even if it's delusional, which it is, or I don't know, he could have something up his sleeve. We'll see. I don't think he's that smart, but does he think he's going to win? Does Trump think he's going to win? Actually, it doesn't look like Trump really thinks he can win. What he does think he can do is delay, delay, delay. He's so despicable. So this is how that you know it's a cult. Because a normal person who has normal judgment and normal ethics and normal thinking, a regular person, there's no such thing as normal, but you know what I mean. We all have a certain code of ethics. Would feel like they wouldn't want to be that despicable, right? Because there's such a thing as wanting to be socially accepted and acceptable. We're tribal beings. We're wired that way. So as far as Trump feeling like he's gonna be victorious, no. He knows that justice is stronger. And he knows that this is a huge burden on him. He's counting on the base. I don't think he really believes that he has a case that he can win, that Trump has a case that he can win. I don't think he really believes that. He does delude himself. He does deceive himself. I heard somebody say, I don't know if this is actually true, but I would believe it, that Trump has people around him at all times telling him how wonderful he is. I did hear that. It might have been Autumn on Black and Orange that mentioned that. So, he's counting on the base. That's the second time I've picked up on that in 2 days. About the Republicans, too, that are on his side, that are backing Trump. I'm getting this really strongly. What they're doing is 100% directed at the MAGA, Trumpist, cult members' base. That's where they're at right now. I think that they're banking on that. Trump and all his, criminal cronies, minions, I really get strongly that that's the only thing that they feel like they can count on to get a potential win. Will the co-conspirators be indicted in the near future? Yes. Warren, is that a when question? Are you trying to sneak in a when question? So that's what they have. I mean, I feel like on its face, DJT knows that justice has the stronger case. He does know that. I mean, I think he's a stupid man, especially he has no EQ. Emotional quotient as opposed to intelligence quotient. The justice card says he does know that legally on paper he hasn't won. He's counting on his base. The indictments and the subpoenas and the court dates he's going to have to show up for and all that are a huge burden. But this is really back to the January 6, 2021 plan. If we can get enough people angry and get them on board, maybe we can get them to do something. That's where he is. The Six of Cups is indicative of his family, not his actual family, but his base, who he considers, a cult leader needs to build their base of gullible, vulnerable, lost supporters, because you have to be gullible, you have to be a little desperate, and you have to be not very intelligent in order to really get sucked in. And I know that people say all the time that there are very intelligent people that join cults, and that is very true. There's something that's missing in their psyche that makes them need the cult. So, sorry, I'm not reading the chat. I'm not doing my job. So, I've said it before, I'll say it again. You have to understand how cults work to really understand this. You know? What a way to wake up at 6 a.m. Is it 6 a.m. where you are, Rose Blue? Where are you? Oh. It's like 7:15 Eastern time. So this is the first time I've really gotten this about what Trump is facing right now. That they're right now fully invested, psychologically invested in the base. How much of the base can he kind of get all riled up? Well, let's look at that. This indictment was not about the First Amendment. You can say what you want. You can talk about your opponent, but you cannot incite a violent riot, cause a violent riot, and you cannot try to steal an election. Well, you cannot, it's not. You guys know what I'm talking about. It's like I'm trying to explain it. We all know this, right? But they don't. I have a hard time with the lies. Somebody that gets on TV and lies and lies. I have a really hard time with that. Trump killed about a third of the base, telling them to inject bleach. I wonder if anybody actually injected bleach. Actually, I'm going to ask about that. Did anybody during COVID, take Trump's advice and actually inject bleach? Did anybody actually do that? Yeah, I watch Ari Melber. I write letters expressing my strong opinions to MSNBC, and I told them that I wasn't going to watch anymore, but there are certain anchors that I do like. So this is, oh, hi, Kathy. Oh, it's the highlight of her day to be here. That inspires me to keep coming back. Okay, so because Damon brought it up. Now, it doesn't look like it's like, so I was asking, did anybody actually inject bleach when Trump was thinking that'd be a good solution to cure COVID? Did anybody actually, not quite. No, not really. Nobody actually did. That's like, did anybody actually drink bleach? Because Trump, people did drink it. Why was Rudy outside? Rudy was chatting with cops outside of the Gilgo Beach murder suspect's home. I haven't followed that at all. I don't know why Rudy would have been there. The guide said nervousness. Some people drank bleach. That's actually, I did get that. I think some people drank like microscopic doses of bleach. Weird. Very weird. Okay. Somebody wanted me to use the Witch's Tarot for Donald Trump. I'm wondering if that's because he always talks about witch hunts. I don't know. They actually ate ivermectin and got ED. Yeah, I was just asking, who knows? I was just asking, like what happened to them if they took ivermectin. I just got that some people did drink a little bit of bleach. You think he is up to something? Well, yeah, he's always up to something. I mean, what do you mean? Oh, thank you, Gigi. Enjoyed the church service yesterday. Please check it out. I noticed there were more views. If you want your life to go more smoothly and flowingly, watch Church of Spirituality. That's why I do it. Let's ask about Rudy, since somebody's asking about Rudy. I'm not sure why he would have been on the camera, but when I said nervousness, because I guess he was outside a building where the murders happened. Rudy listed his New York condo. What I get is a lot of agitation. I get that Rudy is like really just he's, how can I describe how Rudy is? it feels very speedy. It feels a little bit like Trump. What Rudy's energy right now, very like wired, very wired. Let's ask this. I feel Rudy is very, very wired. Is it lack of sleep? Is that what it is? Not so much. Is Rudy taking something to keep his spirits up for entertainment purposes only? Kind of. Is he just drinking a lot of coffee? No, it's not that. Hello. We're asking about Rudy Giuliani. I just pick up a lot of nervousness, like agitated, like you know how people sometimes people get really like agitated and they're really hard to be around because they're so agitated. You know what I mean? He's very nervous. He's very very nervous. He doesn't know what to do with his nervous energy. And Rudy Giuliani should rot in jail. I don't mean to sound like a heinous person, but when you think about what he did to that woman that was in a vulnerable state, that he offered to hire her, and oh my God, I what a despicable human. So let's do this. Diane's here, resting her knee, getting better, I'm sure. So let's look at what Rudy's fate is going to be. I mean, it's he needs to rot in jail. It's of the Jeffrey Epstein. It's way up there or down there, however you want to look at it. Let me ask this. I hate to be doing a deep dive into this slime, but we won't stay long. We won't stay in the slime long. For entertainment purposes only, this is just based on my psychic impression. Did Rudy know Jeffrey Epstein? Did he know him? Yes, he did. Yeah, I know. In that movie, Rudy pulled down his pants. I'll never forget when I heard about that, and then I saw the movie, which was... I love the Borat movies. They're so real. Okay. Was he involved with Jeffrey Epstein? I'm asking about Rudy. This is for entertainment purposes only. That's why I only have to say that when it's pretty touchy. I don't really go overboard with the entertainment purposes only, but just I did 45. Yes, yeah. It's common knowledge that Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein. There's pictures of them together. I'm asking Warren. You know that, right? I just would think that you knew that. Was Rudy on Epstein's Island ever? Yes. Okay, so that's back in like the 90s, when Rudy was kind of had a different life. Trump is mentioned in the trials too. Now I'm lost. You mean the Epstein trials or the Ghislaine? Because the reason I even went there is because somebody mentioned Rudy, and I got that Rudy's exceedingly nervous, and then like presently exceedingly nervous, like somebody who's really wired. I get that he's really exceedingly nervous, and then I get that he's gonna go to jail. Rudy's gonna spend some time in jail, and then I started to think about, because of the heinousness of Rudy Giuliani's sex crimes, that led me to thinking about Jeffrey Epstein. And so I asked the pendulum, did he know Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. And it all kind of comes together for entertainment purposes only, that he was there during the Epstein, I don't even know what to call it because it's so horrible. I was just curious. I don't think he's gonna get like arrested for that, but I do feel that like Rudy, no wonder he's hanging around with Trump. They're both of the devil's ilk. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know. So why were you asking Warren if 45 knew Jeffrey Epstein? Of course he did. We saw pictures, right? Rudy the sleazeball. I mean, sleaze, slime, disgusting. There's really just not even a word. It's so horrible. Who does he think he is? I wonder who Rudy was in a past lifetime. The guy's just saying, he was just a slimy. You know, people get an opportunity to come back and do a better job. Hello, hello, hello. When will Jack Smith indict Mr. Rudy? I'm feeling September on that. Which, even though it might sound like it's far away, it's August 7th. I'm going to read on the fate of Rudy Giuliani. I see jail. I see jail. I see... It's like, you know, it's like the end of a movie when the bad guy really gets what's coming to him. That's what I see for Rudy. Yes, Trump met Melania through Epstein. Yeah. Okay, what's up for Rudy? The Tower card. Oh yeah. There's really not much that's going to go uncovered when it comes to Rudy. It's all going to be out there. And then there's probably some more stuff that we will never know. But the main, actually there's a lot of evidence against Rudy. So not only the sex crimes, but the election fraud crimes. And it's really bad for him. I do get... He will be in prison with bail posted. I think he will meet bail, but he's going to go to jail eventually. Yeah, he's going to go to jail eventually. What you think 45's model business and teenage beauty pageants were for? Duh, right. It's not like rocket science. What do I like to say? It doesn't take a psychic. I mean, I'm going on my psychic impression, but to find out how gross and slimy and disgusting. Merritt Flowers made it live, yay! To think about how disgusting he was is just mind-boggling. I mean, from a psychic impression standpoint, it's just the slimiest, sleaziest energy that, I hope that you never encounter that in your life if you're a woman. Jeez, it's bad. Okay. I'm still getting indictment tomorrow. I keep picking a different pendulum. They keep disappearing. This is a pendulum I used on the beach yesterday. You guys have seen this one. Your lawyer told you today what Ohio wants to do. Did you not know? Gloria? We will talk about that. I'm just curious to know whether you already knew. Yeah, did you not know? We'll get into that. They're trying to overthrow democracy in Ohio. You didn't know? It scares me that people don't know what's going on. This isn't personal about you, Gloria. It frightens me that people don't know what's going on. It really literally frightens me for democracy. They changed polling places in the two largest Democratic counties in Ohio. Oh, well, you can ask me a question about Ohio. I already got that the no vote would win. Yeah, they're trying everything. What they're doing in Ohio, I'm still reading on something else, but what they're doing in Ohio, you have to watch the news, Gloria. We have to be tough. Find your inner Ukrainian. Here I go. There was phone banking over the weekend. There's phone banking going on right now to call to get people, it's like an auto dial thing, to get people to vote no. What they're trying to do in Ohio is because they know their whole agenda is so unpopular in Ohio. The Republicans have rigged the system and made it complicated, like a complicated question on the ballot, that if you vote yes, you're voting for... Just to put it simply, if you vote yes in Ohio, I guess it's question 1 or something, they want everyone to be confused, and they want people to not pay attention. That's why I go, what do you mean you don't know what's going on? It's not personal. It's like, let's find out what's going on. So because they're so unpopular, the fascist Republicans in Ohio are so unpopular, obviously. They don't want women to have rights. They're taking away women's health care. It's despicable. A no vote would mean that the minority is not able to rule. So that you want to vote no in Ohio. And you can look it up, and I understand if you don't understand it, because they've made it very confusing. But a simple no vote will suffice. Now, is Rudy Giuliani going to prison? Yes, Rudy is going to prison. All right. I notice people are asking for prayers. If you come to Church of Spirituality, also, in addition to people praying for you here, when you come live, people will pray for you right there, too. Okay! They want you to think you're upholding... Yeah, interesting. Thank you for bringing that up. In Ohio, they want you to think you are upholding the Constitution if you vote yes. They're trying to trick people. Gloria, I told you it wasn't personal. It's nothing about you. It's nothing about me wagging my finger at you and saying you should pay attention. It just comes out that way. Because I'm from Massachusetts. I don't know where you're from. But we're kind of in your face. But please do attend Church of Spirituality. We all pray for each other there also. Okay? Oh, Joanne's saying she and her husband tune in every Sunday. I appreciate that. I just want to know it's helping. Okay, so Ohio. Let's go to Ohio since I'm on my soapbox. You're in Connecticut, so you know what I mean. We're kind of in your face. It's all with love. You should hear how we talk to each other sometimes. You know, somebody from a different culture would be like, are you all mad at each other? No, we're just loud. We're just loud and passionate. I just switched decks. Okay, because we're going to Ohio. Going to Ohio. Okay, Gloria, it's all good. We'll pray for your friend. I get that she's going to be okay. It's just going to be a long recovery. And you're so sweet to ask us to pray for your friend, because it really does make a difference. Warren says, I'm keeping you sane. We're all in this together. Tweet Scotchy feels like Church of Spirituality is a lifesaver. Thank you for saying that. I do what the guides tell me to do. Okay, Ohio. Ohio. The women are mad. Because, you know, if the Republicans win this scam, this cheat that they're trying to do, by confusing people into voting yes instead of no, then women lose their rights. And the people in Ohio will no longer have any power. Okay, so in Ohio, they're going to make it, the fascist Republicans in Ohio are going to try to cheat despite the no vote winning. So you can think of the no vote in Ohio like, no, we don't want you to control us. We want the people to have the power. Let me take a moment to direct you to Betty and Benny Bunny, who they're now our mascot for democracy. It says, Betty and Benny Bunny love democracy. Join grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Democracy is cool. Okay? And please hit the thumbs up while you're here. Much appreciated. I need more fans. So, in Ohio, what I see, I don't see a decision immediately. I think I see a lot of stalling. That's what they do. Stalling is their thing. But I do see the fascist Republicans in Ohio walking away like, well, that didn't work. I kind of get a Kansas vibe here. Yeah, they're trying the ways. Yogi Bear, we need to change your language. Because, alright, I'm going to go over the rules. Professional Aquarian, Kathy's in the house and she's explaining. Yeah, okay. Let's put it in the language of that the women are going to win. Okay, that's all. Okay, so it looks like the fascist Republicans are going to be sorry that their scam didn't work. Yeah. So we just need to all get on the same page that it's kind of like with Trump, you know, we need to all get on the same page where we see him incarcerated. We see him out of power. He doesn't have any power now anyway. Let me find out more about Ohio. We just keep it in the positive here. Because we don't want people here to come here and get depressed and discouraged, because that's not what we're, even if we see something challenging, we're on the up and up with, we visualize what we want to happen. And that's not, there's nothing immature or irresponsible about that. It's how energy works. Is the no vote going to win in Ohio? Is the no vote going to win in Ohio? I'm getting a yes on that. Okay? All right? They're trying to take away women's rights, Yogi Bear. They're trying to take them away, not just limit it. Thank you for all you that are commenting on Church of Spirituality. I appreciate that. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards, 2 more cards about Ohio. How can women support that? I don't know. There are women that are in the cult. There are women that are in the Christian cult. It is a cult. 2 more cards about Ohio. This is just the beginning for the people of Ohio. They will continue to fight back. But I do get the no vote will win. Limiting women's rights is unacceptable. But they're not just limiting women's rights, they're taking them away. Their ultimate goal is to have like The Handmaid's Tale, which I've never watched or read that book because it's too terrifying. All right. Thank you, Darren. What's happening is as the frequency on the planet gets faster, the vibrational frequency gets faster, these low vibration people, and I mean low vibration in that, you know, low vibration is hatred and divisiveness and I'm better than you and competition. These low vibration people are losing power. They feel themselves losing power, and so they freak out and then they start acting horrible. Yeah, they're trying to take away rights. They're anti-democracy. And that's the part that is so amazing, is that people don't want us to have freedom. People don't want to have freedom. It doesn't make sense. I'm going to read on that. I'm going to read on how our democracy, the health of our democracy. You can throw questions up if you want to. They've been trying to take away voting rights for a long time, and they're succeeding. There's like 400 new laws to take away voting rights in every state. It's evil, I tell you. Democracy. Hanging in the balance. Democracy is hanging in the balance. All we have, let me just tell you, I mean, we have ourselves and we have our involvement, but right now, our democracy hangs in the balance. I have the hangman here. It's in a very delicate place, a very precarious, our democracy is in a very precarious place. And a lot of the reason is all the nefarious international enemy connections that Donald Trump surely really was very actively pursuing when he was in the White House. Our main hope right now for democracy, for saving our democracy, is these Donald Trump indictments. Yeah. Yeah, Team Democracy. Yeah, big thumbs up for Team Democracy. What do we call ourselves? The democracy doers? Yeah, so I'm actually picking up the biggest victory for democracy is, yeah, thank you for wielding the wrenches. I appreciate it so much. The greatest triumph for democracy is the triumph over Trump. That's what I'm picking up. The greatest triumph for democracy is this victory over Trump. That's coming through so strongly. Trump wants to be Kim Jong-un. Trump wants to be Kim Jong-un. I'm going to say that one more time. Trump wants to be Kim Jong-un. Okay? I don't understand how people don't get the danger that we're in. Let's read on that. Why do people not get the danger that we're in? Partly because they're afraid to watch the news. No. I read on it. When I compare, who does Trump most want to be like? It's not Putin, it's Kim Jong-un. What do I think about the crowd telling McConnell to retire? What do you mean? Like, what do you want to know about it? What do I think about it? I'm in agreement. I'm not sure. That was a rally he was at? He's the greatest. Yeah. I clearly get. Yeah, we definitely have to be involved. Our only hope for saving American democracy is for Donald J. Trump to be held accountable and to be prohibited from holding office again. He is the greatest threat to United States democracy. So let's remember that Donald Trump said, and I put this on one of the little newsletters that I send out with the Grassroots of Democracy invites. Remember, he said we need to just get rid of the Constitution. Remember, Trump said we need to get rid of the Constitution. Remember, Trump said the problem is the ballots. Get rid of the ballots and it'll be a smooth transition. There won't be any election. He just says it. He just says it. Get involved. Damon remembers that. And that's just two little examples. Oh, talking about the love letters back and forth. He actually thought Kim Jong-un was his friend. And more than that. I don't know. Gives me the heebie-jeebies. So I'm going to actually pull 3 cards on the indictment in Georgia. But I do want to share with you, too, that I get strong guidance that says the people that are prosecuting Trump are the best possible. They're really the best. Yeah, they're the best. They're the best people for the job. Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, Fani Willis, Jack Smith, Merrick Garland, the DOJ. They are the best. They're the creme de la creme. Yeah, Donald Trump wants to be Little Rocket Man. That is true. And Trump, he doesn't hide who he is at all. Did Trump sell secrets to North Korea? He sold secrets to the Saudis. I don't think I ever asked about if he sold our secrets to North Korea. Let's take a look. Did Trump sell our secrets to North Korea? I don't think so. I don't think it got to that point. Yeah, he's totally, he doesn't even hide it. He wants to get rid of the Constitution, and the problem with the elections is the ballots. Just throw away the ballots and you have a smooth transition. And then remember when Mike Pompeo got up there after the 2020 election and he was being asked about whether Trump would facilitate a smooth transition of power, and Mike Pompeo said something about, yeah, when he stays in office. It's just, thank you, Rhonda. Remember Pompeo? I don't know, he kind of dropped off the face of the earth. I don't know what he's doing, but people were asking me if Pompeo was going to run for president again. I don't get that. So this is, I'm just pulling a couple more cards about Trump and these indictments and everything. He's continuing to, it's just consistent with what I've been saying. Trump's only hope is the cult members, and he's going to continue to, what they have going is a continual stream of lies of the same exact script. If you have the stomach to turn on Fox, faux news, if you have the stomach to turn on Fox, you will see exactly what the script is. There's a certain script, and they keep saying it over and over and over again. And right now, the script is First Amendment, taking away our First Amendment, just like they do about the Second Amendment. They're coming for our guns. They're coming for you. So, yeah, Mike Pompeo did throw his hat into the ring in 2020. His cult is shrinking. I do agree with that. However, when I'm reading on Trump, this is what they have. They have a specific script, and the lawyers are saying it, and they're saying it on faux news. I'm going to call it faux news. They're saying it. This is the card of delusion, smoke and mirrors. I want to remind you, I think Kathy might still be in the chat, that this time of being easily swayed and easily deceived is kind of moving out. Thank you for the donation. It's kind of moving out, and it's got something to do with Neptune. Yeah, thanks for your support. But this is a stealing. Trump is 100% relying on the grift. Especially with these, the Six of Wands, it's about January 6th. He's totally relying on the grift. And it's, yeah, gaslighting. Thank you, Kathy. Gaslighting is losing its power. It's something about Neptune, I believe. I need to listen to our show from last week. Check out Spirit Talk Podcast. Our resident award-winning astrologer, Kathy Beal. She goes by Professional Aquarian. Thank you, Maria. In Spirit Talk Podcast, Under the Lives. So this being deluded, we're going to ask this now. We're going to ask, will there be enough people who don't believe Trump to save us? I think I'm using every pendulum that I have tonight. Will there be enough people who don't believe Trump to save us? I get a yes on that. I get a yes on that. Yeah, Hitler was put in jail, right? Guess who's following him today? I get the Harlan Crow, who's been, taking Clarence Thomas on all those luxury trips for years and years now. I get that Harlan Crow was Adolf Hitler. I get that Donald Trump was Mussolini. And we know that Donald Trump doesn't. It's been well documented, recorded, that Trump doesn't read. He might not like to read. He probably doesn't have the attention span to read. A lot of the briefings had to be read to him, and sometimes, his assistants, his people that, he was talking to would draw pictures. But what I heard, and I've mentioned it here before, what I heard is Ivana, his now deceased ex-wife, said that he had one book on his nightstand, and it was Mein Kampf. And I know I've said it before, but it's worth repeating. That Trump thinks Hitler was, and again, Trump even said that before. Do you remember that? I'm going to start writing these things down, these memories from the past of things that Trump said. Trump said, I think it was Millie. He said, well, Hitler did some good things too, or something to that effect. Right? So yeah, I mean, these people are so horrible. Because I'm thinking of Ron DeFascist saying last week when he gets when he becomes president. Yeah, keep dreaming. Ron DeFascist said he's going to start slitting some throats. And Trump has already said that he'd be coming after people and he'd be prosecuting people and then some. You thought it was Hitler's speeches? No, it was Mein Kampf. Maybe Hitler's speeches too. I don't know, maybe Hitler's speeches are in Mein Kampf. I'm never going to read it, but Harlan Crow has the original autographed copy. And he has lots of Nazi memorabilia. And who was it? Remember Dr. Oz posed in front of the antique car with the swastika? You guys all with me? You following? It's a miracle we survived those 4 hell years, and I got to tell you, maybe this will work. Maybe this will work for you guys, because we have to watch what's going on. We have to pay attention. As we watch what's going on and we pay attention to what's going on, I see the sign is moving. Betty and Benny Bunny, our mascots, they're signed. It's the fan, but it's moving like showing grassroots of democracy. Anyway, pay attention to what's being said. Pay attention to what's being said. I just got distracted by Betty and Bunny. Okay. What I do to help me. Remember Dr. Oz stood in front of the car with the swastika? When I see them lying, I see Trump's lawyers lying, I see Trump's horrible tweets, and we'll get into that. I'm going to start calling it lie social instead of truth social. I remind myself, at least we're here and we're not under a dictatorship with dictator Trump. What might be wrong with weaponizing the Justice Department? That's another thing that they always say, weaponizing the Justice Department. And I think I was listening to a little bit, whatever I could, from the Midas Touch video of Trump speaking over the weekend, completely defying the rule that was laid down by the judge that he needed to shut up. Try this as an exercise. So I'm driving, I'm listening to it, I'm listening to the replays of what Trump said over the weekend. And if you flip every single thing that Trump is accusing the Democrats of, and this is why it's so striking, because it's across the board. Everything that Trump is whining and complaining about that the Democrats are and the Democrats are doing and Jack Smith is and that's what this one's doing and that one's doing. Every single thing he says is what he is doing without fail. And the seagulls agree with me. Do that as an exercise, because I've been saying that, and the sign of the demonic is to make things backwards. I don't know if you guys know that. Who died? What? Died? What are you saying? Who died? This is what I get when I only see some of the chat. All who died from COVID. A lot of people died from COVID. Pence is just like Wonder Bread. All right. Of course we want to know what's going to happen. Such projection. It's all projection. This is the reason that I'm making this point is that I came to be aware that even though I say he's always projecting onto, us, the Democrats, the DOJ, what he's actually doing, it's across the board. Just observe it. Just listen to his speech over the weekend. Every single thing he says is a projection. It was one after another, lies and projection. So everything he's saying that everyone else is doing is exactly what he is doing. Remember when on January 6th, the horrifying speech he gave, and I was freaked out when he was saying, If you don't fight, we're not going to have a country anymore. That's what he was doing. It's a cult. Read The Cult of Trump. Read The Cult of Trump. And, sorry, I'm ranting. And I love that on Midas Touch they're doing a side-by-side. It was suggested by the viewers. They're doing a side-by-side. Ben Meiselas is doing a side-by-side where he gives you like Trump's speech and then he gives you what Biden's talking about. And it's really effective that he's doing that side-by-side because it makes you realize there's a world of normalcy. We haven't seen it. There's a world of normalcy. If we didn't have this insanity going on right now, we would be like, la-di-do, so glad COVID's not as bad as it was, at least, not completely over. And, people are doing good and, we're imperfect, but at least we're solving our problems and we're all in a democracy. If we didn't have Trump, if we didn't have all this MAGA cult going on, things would be so awesome. Some people are putting up explaining what's going on in Ohio with that election. Vote no, tell everyone to vote no, get in a phone bank, go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com, get the notes from our meetings because we cover everything in those meetings. And tomorrow, you wish the Lincoln Project would do last week in the Republican Party? They probably will. You'd like to donate Donald Trump to the Church of Scientology. I don't know how you do that. Let's see. We're going to read about this gag order. What Trump wants is he wants to be thrown in jail. And yesterday, I did read on it yesterday, and I saw that the judge would make the rules stronger and then see how it goes. COVID's still going around. I have a friend and a family member that got COVID. So still be careful. Is there going to be a gag order on Trump? I'm getting a yes on that. And I mentioned yesterday, months ago, I saw a gag order on him, but it was for something else that I was reading on at the time. But I've always seen a gag order. Hang on. Yeah, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm being indicted for you." What the hell does that even mean? What did you ever meet a criminal who looked at you? I never have, but. Imagine meeting a criminal who's like going to jail, who's about to like be serving time. And the criminal looks at you and says, "I'm going to prison for you." What is that? What is that? He's such a bozo. Is he actually going to be in prison? I keep getting no. I'm referring to because of this, just continuing. His lawyers must be going through holy hell. I don't know how anybody can serve as Trump's lawyers, and Trump's lawyers are just going out there and they're just admitting the crimes, they're confirming it. Yeah, and he did this, yeah, and he did that. Yep, he did. Can you say stupid? Sounds like Jesus? What sounds like Jesus? See, this is what happens when I'm not really following the chat. Will Judge Cannon be removed because of today? I see the 11th Circuit Court coming down on her really hard. That's a good question. Let me see. Will Aileen Cannon be removed? I get it. Yes. Let me see. Let's read on that. Yeah, COVID numbers are going up. I'm reading on Aileen Cannon. I know it's hard to keep up sometimes. It's challenging for me. Will Aileen Cannon be removed from the case? But before I read on that, I just wanted to say, the reason we don't know about the COVID numbers going up is because the CDC was pretty much dismantled. And so we're not getting the data. Remember what Ron DeFascist was doing in Florida? In Florida, during the height of COVID, he was getting people in trouble that were trying to get the data out. Aileen Cannon. Well, let's ask this. Is it Aileen? It's Aileen Cannon. Will she recuse herself? It's not looking like that. It's going around. It's going around. Really stepped over a couple lines with these orders. Yeah. It's going around. I don't see recusing herself. Will Aileen Cannon be removed from the Trump documents case? Yes. She will be removed. The CDC would be put back together when a Democrat's, I'm saying when a Democrat gets elected president. Will Aileen Cannon, will she be removed by the 11th Circuit? Can they do that? That's not how. How is she going to be removed? Will the DOJ get Aileen Cannon excused from the case? It looks like the DOJ is going to get her excused. Yeah, see that? It looks like the DOJ is going to get her removed from the case. Look at that pendulum move, that's for sure. Yes, she's finito in terms of being on that documents case. If you ask me, these people are getting away with way too much. And over her head. Will PBS get public funds again? I do think so, Damon. Do they not get public funds? Wait a minute. Did they lose their public funding? I don't know how that's possible because it's the public that funds them. I mean, there's people that fund PBS. They give monthly payments, right? I don't know, Amanda. Kind of, Damon will do that once in a while. He'll say things out of left field. It's okay. We love him. The Republicans. How could the Republicans take away people? They could do anything, I guess. Public television gets funding from people, right? Oh, I see. They still have funding, but it keeps getting slashed by Congress. We'll have everything we want as long as we preserve our democracy. The Republicans always go after the arts. And believe me, it's not a fun place to live when we don't have the arts. We do not enjoy living without the arts. The Republicans don't go to shows, they don't go to movies, they don't go to listen to music. Trump took away their funds. Remember when Bill Clinton was president and he was playing the saxophone and, really advocating for music in the schools and arts in the schools? We have to save democracy. Nancy Pelosi was livid. Yeah, we have to save democracy. Do you think that in North Korea or Russia, they're able to just go enjoy the arts? Boy, that's enough to keep my motivation going, that's for sure. I don't know where I'd be without music and the arts. Does Aileen Cannon want off the case? Let's take a look. Does Aileen Cannon want off the case? No. No. She likes, arts make you smarter, absolutely. Aileen Cannon likes being in this, high profile position. And for that matter, so does Trump. Ireland is a land of music and poetry. Yeah, it's my Irish, I have a little bit of Irish, quarter Irish in me, and I think that's where the music comes from. Cannon is not bright. You were trying to book a reading and you could not send the email with the address listed? Send me an email to AnnetteDion7@gmail.com so we can work that out for you. I definitely want to get you a reading. I'm going to go to my little commercial break in a sec. But first, I want to read on Trump, and even though I checked the pendulum, I want to read on what the judge is going to do in terms of getting him to shut the hell up. What would we do without music? I don't know. It keeps me sane. By the way, speaking of music, I'm doing a concert on Sunday. So after Church of Spirituality, it's 3:15 Eastern Time. I hope the weather's going to be good. It's an outdoor concert, and I'm playing a set, and it's going to be, I'm going to have it live streamed. Stay tuned for that. I'll remind you, too. I'll be playing my music. Some of it. The Federalist Society controls Aileen. Right now I'm reading on, so anyway, just to recap about Aileen. She will be removed from the documents case. I think it's the 11th Circuit. And right now I'm reading on the judge and whether she's going to get Trump to agree to shut the hell up. He's missing an opportunity. Trump is missing an opportunity to get himself off the hook a little bit. She's going to lay down the law again, and he's going to defy it, and then it's just going to shine more light onto his criminality. What Trump is doing is going to make a stronger case for more prosecution. I think that he thinks... Oh, my music comes from the French side, too. We're related to Celine, as far as I know. I really am amazed. I think that Trump just doesn't... He has no frame of reference for being in trouble. He just doesn't. So he will continue to attack. From Lie Social. I decided to change it from Truth Social to Lie Social. Excuse me, I think I need some tea. So, if you're a musician, play more music. If you're an artist, paint more. Don't throw away the arts. Make sure you practice the arts. It's healthy. Trump is foregoing an opportunity to be in less trouble. He's going to just go for it. He's just going to keep letting it rip. He's going to keep letting it rip. Spoiled brat has no frame of reference for getting in trouble. Rachel Maddow asked, how did he ever get elected? Can you say Russia? Can you say it was all in the Mueller report? We could call it Liars Antisocial. I like that. Dancing Warrior. You get a bell. Good one. Lies Antisocial instead of Truth Social. Let him jump over the cliff. It's on him. He's going to jump over the cliff. Yeah. Because here's the thing. Trump actually thinks he can get out of all of this. Trump thinks he can get out of all of this. Is that true? Does he really think he can get out of all of this? Yeah, he thinks he's going to get out of all of it. It's the temper of the times. The times? What does that mean? The temper of the times. I'm not mad. Are you mad? I'm annoyed, but I'm not mad. I think what they're asking is, somebody up there is asking, it says Rachel Maddow asked, how did he ever get elected? Russia helped him to win in 2016. The secret the Republicans are hiding? What secret? That was in the Mueller report. We never talk about the corrupted election that he stole. What's amazing is how often their stupid defense is, honestly, I can't even believe it. Their stupid defense is, oh, Trump just wanted to know. He just really thought that he won, right? And then we go back around, loop-dilly-loop-dilly-loop. We go around and it was like, 61 court cases, many with Republicans, Trump supporter judges, couldn't find any evidence of voter fraud, and they're using that as a defense. Yeah, Trump hated Obama. He's such a racist. And when I ever see blacks for Trump, I'm like, okay, these people are really lost. Why would a black person have a shirt on that says blacks for Trump, knowing how racist he is? It just doesn't make any sense. How did he win the Electoral College? The Russians couldn't do that. Okay, all right, let me explain. Trump won in 2016 because the Kremlin got involved. I've been over this before, but I'll go over it again. Russia has mastery in the field of psychological warfare. They got in through the internet, and they started to brainwash people through the internet. Think QAnon. Think about how all that happened. Does it make sense? Right? Good night, Kathy. Thanks for showing up. Watch our video, Spirit Talk podcast from last week. My commercial. Don't leave yet. I'm not done. But I don't want to lose you towards the end. If you'd like to book a reading, hopefully there aren't any problems with booking a session. The Republicans have turned blacks against Dems. That's a very general thing to say. I'm just talking about that Trump is so blatantly racist that it's amazing that a minority would have a shirt on that says, you know, I'm for Trump. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. PsychicAnnetteDion.com is where you go to book a reading. Also, go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com to join us, especially for tomorrow night where we do a guided meditation for a healed America. Yeah, James, we were talking about 2016 Trump. That's what I was talking about. The guy I saw at the rally is paid. No, it was the indictment last week. It was at that. Grassrootsofdemocracy.com. Sign up for 20 on Tuesdays. We do a guided meditation for a healed America every single Tuesday. And our Grassroots of Democracy meetings that are discussion meetings are Thursdays, and then our Get to Work sessions are on Saturdays. Okay. He paid blacks for Trump. Yeah, but I'm talking about the last time I saw somebody with a shirt like that on was at the indictment last week. You think he paid? Who's paying them? I'm not sure. All right, let's read on Fox. Want to do that? Read on Fox. How are things going to go for Fox? Oh, good. Thank you for joining Grassroots of Democracy. Also, I'm going to start a new course in September. I'll tell you more about that later. Called Seriously Psychic. It's a 6-week course. DeJoy, you want to know about DeJoy? Well, right now, I'm reading on Fox. Okay, I'm reading on Fox. Let me tell you a quick story. You may have heard this before, but I think it was the first impeachment. It was after the first impeachment, Trump's first impeachment, so long ago. I was walking and I was distraught about the state of our democracy, and I was asking my guides about it, like, oh, we're going to lose democracy. And I saw a bald eagle. That was a little quick hope story. That's a hope story. Faux news. Fox News is kind of between a rock and a hard place. They're not really sure what to do, so all they do is they continue to lie. They're just going by Trump's script. It's not going to work out well for faux news because it looks like justice is going to come down on them. I see. The guides just said Fox is going to go the way of Twitter. Uh-huh. Interesting. Very interesting. Okay. Fox. Kind of stuck. Kind of having to take a lot of loss. Fox faux news. The legal challenges. I said a long time ago too that this hasn't happened yet, but Fox is going to have to pay out because there are wealthy families that have been staunch Republicans who lost family members to COVID because they kept lying about COVID. Remember, they were calling it a Democratic hoax. I see Fox being in lots more legal trouble. The lies are pathetic and unbelievable. Notice, though, it's the same script. It's the same script. If you turn it around, they're accusing the Democrats of doing what they're doing. It's that simple. You're all talking about seeing Mitch McConnell. Where was he? Was it a rally or something? Yeah, James, they have their own hosts fighting with each other. We were reading on Fox quite a bit on Friday. The new woman, the counter that they have in there, she counters, I think her name is Jessica. She counters the lies, but they just have her in there for insurance, but she's quite good. Did somebody ask me to read on something that I haven't read on? We're winding down a bit. Get out the popcorn. Let's read on Jack Smith. How's Jack feeling these days? Somebody... Denise says Spiritual Growth Tarot if you're out there. What was that? I think she put Jack Smith's on a sexy body, kind of, photoshopped. Looks pretty funny. Jessica Denson, lights on. She's really good. I always catch her after PNN on Friday. It was a town hall with Mitch. Okay, I'll ask about DeJoy. Mitch got booed in Kentucky. He was told to retire. He should retire. Can you hope Trudeau will be gone soon? Oh, we have Canada in the house? See, I'm not really following what's going on with Trudeau. If you ask me a specific question. Terry, my helper, people are having trouble booking readings. No wonder I have all this free time. Shoot. Lights On with Jessica Denson is really excellent. She's a bright light. That's a really appropriate name. Totally forgot what I was reading about. Phew! Gone. What was it? Jack Smith. Sorry. Let me do that again. He's under investigation, Trudeau. I don't see Trudeau going until his term is up. Trudeau actually has a lot of people that like him. Yes, thank you, Terry. I did remember. McCarthy. Just when I said I wasn't going to be here much longer, all these questions come to my head. How's Jack Smith feeling? He's playing chess. He knows the whole legal system way better. Just put it this way. When it comes to Jack Smith's brain versus Trump's brain, it's like human genius and an ant. That's what I see. Anyway. Jack Smith. He knows the law. He knows the law. Upside down and inside out and reversed, and just Jack is very, very, very smart. And He's very aware of Fonnie Willis. I haven't really read on that too much. He's very aware of Fonnie Willis. I did mention it's going to be a little bit of win some, lose some. Brilliant man. A little bit of, okay, gonna have to take some losses, but not substantial. We really need to send a lot of light to the people that are holding the torch for democracy. We really, really do. We have to just keep sending. That's why come tomorrow night to 20 on Tuesdays. We're doing our part. We're visualizing a healed America, and it's working. Yeah, Jack Smith is playing 3D chess, and Trump is still in the sandbox. I agree. Will Fonnie indict this week? Gloria, have you been showing up? I'm just teasing you tonight. I've been saying Tuesday. Let me see if anything's changed around that. I feel like the indictment's coming tomorrow. Is Fonnie Willis planning to indict Trump tomorrow? Yes. Trump can't even open the checkers box. He's losing his mind. He really is losing his mind. Maria wants to know about Louis DeJoy. Well, I wrote to the Board of Governors again. I don't know what super glue he's got going on there, Louis DeJoy, but he's really messing up the post office. I mean, I use the post office. Did you guys know that stamps went up? Again? DeJoy. I'm reading on Louis DeJoy. We hadn't read on him in a while. They're working on it. The Board of Governors at the Postal Service, they're still working on it. They're still trying to undo the damage. This reminds me of, people are talking about why didn't Merrick Garland get to work sooner? It reminds me of that because there are people there that Trump appointed that they're having a hard time just getting them out of there. It's like dragging them out of there. Like when we thought Trump wouldn't walk out of the White House when he was needing to leave. That kind of energy. People that dig their heels in. Who's the troll? I didn't even notice. Yeah, veterans use the post office a lot. A lot of veterans are letter carriers. Was there a troll? I missed it. What was the troll saying? Yeah, shipping costs and stamps have jumped up dramatically right to the Board of Governors. I don't see a troll. Now I'm curious. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable how much the prices have gone up. We will rise above it eventually. We'll get rid of him eventually, but it's just like they get super glued in there, and then we have to. I haven't seen a troll. Maybe the wrenches got rid of it. Thank you. We have to like. What do you do when something's super glued? How do you unglue? Because it reminds me of when Trump wouldn't leave the White House, on Inauguration Day. That kind of energy. And and when Merrick Garland got appointed and he couldn't really do anything, his hands were tied for a while because of the Trumpsters. They were super glued in there. I feel like I'm missing what's going on. All right, people are starting to leave, so I'm going to wrap it up. Maria, pick it up. Pick it up. We can repair it. Nothing's permanent. I don't want anybody saying something here that sounds like it's all over, we're all done. Goo Gone. I don't know if Goo Gone gets crazy glue out, right? Super glue. What's Kamala doing? She's rarely in the spotlight. Well, think about this, Amanda. How much did we really hear about Mike Pence before the insurrection? How much did we really hear about Dan Quayle, Or Joe Biden, for that matter, when he was just a VP? We will survive. Whose question did I not answer? Seems like there was something. Let's read on DeFascist. I really think you... Let's ask how much longer DeFascist has. How much time does DeFascist have on the presidential campaign trail? Does he have a week? Does he... DeFascist has about 1 week left. Okay. About 1 week left for DeFascist on the campaign trail. I think Kamala is doing an amazing job. But, you know, the VP is never that much in the limelight, right? Right? 1 minute. I have tea. Yeah, DeFascist is dropping in the polls really quickly. Let's read on Joe Biden, shall we? Remember that guy? He's the president of the United States. Legitimately, he won more votes, that guy. They have no evidence to prove that Joe Biden did not win that election. Just reminding everyone. Oh, I was saying last year, August for DeFascist. Last year? What are the dates for 20 on Tuesday? Oh, okay. 20 on Tuesdays. Thank you for asking. Go to grassrootsofdemocracy.com and there's a place to put your email address in to attend. It's a Zoom meeting. To attend our guided meditation for a healed America. When you join Grassroots of Democracy, you receive notes from our meetings too. So please, you can't lose. It's all gain. It's all win. It's all win. Win, win, win. Okay. I'm spinning the cup and I'm going to pull 3 more cards and I'm going to ask you guys to please support me as much as you can, if you can. There's ways to donate. There's memberships. The memberships come with great perks. One of the great perks for a membership, all 3 levels of the memberships are, you get an affirmation for the day in your inbox, Monday through Friday. It really is helpful. It's really helpful. If you're at the high level, I think it's the 2 highest levels of memberships, you get to attend a psychic party. That's always fun. Anyway, so join, support the channel. Please hit the thumbs up and please subscribe. 3 community cards. Okay. Yeah, Amanda was just asking about Vice President Kamala Harris because we don't see her very much. I was just making the point that usually that's the case with the VPs. All right, so I'm going to tell you the collective community cards. Like I was mentioning earlier, make sure that you don't get too upset about the liars and what Trump is doing. Just make sure you don't get too upset about it. And the way to do that is to realize that we have the miracle of that we still have a democracy. Am I going to wear the Biden aviator glasses to celebrate democracy? I did that on the 4th. You mean for just in general? I couldn't see out of them. There's a celebratory, okay, so don't really, that's why the cards are even saying this. That's why I always say, keep it positive. We have a lot of blessings, a lot of things to be grateful for. Hello, Sheila. A lot of things to be grateful for. At least we're in a country where we have the rule of law. I know there's a lot to get all negative about, but we've got to focus on the positive. And the 2 of Wands, this is a celebratory card. It looks like the indictment's coming tomorrow. And this is, we're just keeping it in balance. Keeping it in balance. They look like fall. Yeah, they're kind of fall colors. It's right around the corner. Let me read a little bit of, okay, so there's a man dancing in the sun. Oh yeah, this is good. This looks like There's news coming. We're going to get further insights, further information. The sun is here. So I see a man dancing. It actually, I don't know if you guys can see this. You probably can't. I see a man that looks like Paul Revere on a horse with a, where's my little magic wand? I'll use this feather. This is a turkey feather. There's a man riding on a horse and he's got a message. It looks like Paul Revere. Do you see it? Or am I just crazy? It's alright. If you say I'm crazy, I won't be offended. Yes, and it's the sun, so something's going to come to light. And he's carrying a message. There's a message coming. So think about Paul Revere, because that's what it looks like to me. The British are coming, the British are coming. We need to fight back. So this is like holding the message for democracy. It looks like a witch on a broom. Oh, well, whatever. You see it. You see it. All right, y'all can see it. On the bottom of the cup, I see what looks like a bonfire. Things are starting to heat up. Things are starting to heat up. So we're going to see a lot of that. And I told you guys, I said it's going to happen. Dominoes, dominoes, dominoes. We have Saturn. And we have, oh yeah, we're going to start coming together. We're going to start coming together with the good news. The fake news is going to start losing. I see fake news losing. I do. I see their arguments just falling flat. And I also see a cat. And I'm not sure the meaning of a cat. All right, hang on a second, because I forgot the meaning of a cat. Boy, it's dark all of a sudden. Cat. Let's look up cat. And then I'll let you go. Cat seems to indicate some really strong insight. This book has all, okay. A cat indicates treachery. Okay, so we have a cat. Nothing against cats. I'm not a cat person, but nothing against cats. This is the treachery's coming to light. Where did I see this? See the cat? See the cat? There's the cat. The treachery's coming to light. The cat's out of the bag. Yes, exactly. That's a good way to put it. People are leaving. I gotta go. All right. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. Yeah, see the cat? Yeah, those are good tea leaves. I think it might be Earl Grey. I go to the tea store in Salem and get the good tea. So, psychicannetteDion.com. If you're having trouble booking a reading, just send me a message, AnnetteDion7@gmail.com. It's always great to see you. I have a course coming up in September. It's called Seriously Psychic. And go to my website tomorrow. It'll be posted tomorrow. All right, I have had a lot of fun as usual. I'll come back with a pre-recorded video. So just to remind you, the pre-recorded videos that I just do outside and upload are going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays, but you have to go under the videos for that, where it says videos. And the lives, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, right here at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. It's a lot to go over. We have so much news to always go over, but it's really good that we're here together because we keep each other strong and optimistic. And say hi to Betty and Benny Bunny. Say goodnight. They are fans. They love democracy. Democracy is cool. Okay. Namaste. See you later.